Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called Afire Love by Sheeran. And we end up cabling this on 5th fret to kind of match the recording. We'll walk through a couple things in reposition just in case you don't have a capo. And it starts off with this cool little bass line in the strings part where you can play the open A, and then 1st fret on the low E, and then open E, and then an open D, and then 3rd fret on the low E string, and then an open E. And you kind of hear that in the background through that intro, kind of the A, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, E, D, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, open E. And later on, that kind of gets embellished a little bit with this cool little piano lick where you can play 1st fret on the B string, 3rd fret on the high E string, 3rd on the B, open E, and then 2nd fret on the G, and then 1st fret on the high E, open E, 2nd on the G, 1st fret on the high E, open E, and then 3 on the B string, and then 3rd on the B, and then 1st fret on the B. So you kind of hear that cool little melody kind of come in there, kind of that C, G, D, E, A, F, E, A, F, E, D, D, C. And if you're a little bit more adventurous, you could actually add those two parts together, kind of make a two-part out of this, and kind of work the bass line. And I'm doing this finger style, but you could try this hybrid picking too, kind of using the pick with the fingers and a finger for the lick. But you could kind of do the open A with that 1st fret on the B string, and then the 3, 3, open E, and then when you hit that 2 on the G string, you could add in the 1st fret on the low E, and then we could add the open E for the 1st fret on the high E, and then the open E, and then open D for the 2nd on the G string, and then 1st fret on the high E, open E, and then we hit that 3rd fret on the B string, you can do 3rd on the low E string, and then that 3 on the B, and then hit the open E with that 1st fret on the B string. So that can be really tricky. You may want to pause the video, look at the tab, kind of follow that. But you kind of have that open and 1, 3, 3, 0, 1 and 2, open 1, 0, open and 2, 1, 0, 3 and 3, 3, open 1. Might be a cool way to kind of intro the tune. Or you could back that up with chords, and we'd start on an A minor chord. And the way you play A minor, 1st finger goes on the B string 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the G string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, it sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds so sad. Now around A minors in general though, you may want to lift off the 1st finger, make that an A suspended 2nd, or you could add in the pinky on the B string 3rd for an A suspended chord and kind of say some things around the A minor. Or you may want to lift off the 3rd finger, make that an A minor 7. There's definitely some arpeggio licks at the end where that's happening. And then or another possibility would be to add in the pinky on the high E 3rd for an A minor 7. So you kind of explore those options. And then from the A minor, we'd be going to an F major chord. And normally you'd be doing this 1st fret bar, and we'll talk about an easy way to play this too. But then 2nd finger on the G 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the A 3rd fret, pinky on the D 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, it sounds an F major bar chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now, a groovy option instead would be an F major 7, where you do the 1st finger on the B 1st fret, 2nd finger on the G 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the D 3rd fret, and if you strum the D string to the high E string, it sounds an F major 7 chord, and it sounds really, really groovy happy. And then from the F, we'd be going to an E minor chord. Now, randomly, one of these E minors actually we dig on, and we might talk about some other options here too. But normally you do E minor as 1st finger on the A 2nd, 2nd finger on the D 2nd. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now, on E minors in general, it can be kind of cool to add in the 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of working E minor 7 that way. And if you dig on that voicing action, another way to play the A would be using something called A7 sus, where you do the 1st finger on the D 2nd, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, 3rd finger stays on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. Sounds slightly unresolved, and that might be cool if you're just starting out looking for some other options. And for the F, you could use an F major 13. Oh my gosh, a major 6/9. So you do 1st finger on the G 2nd, 2nd finger on the D 3rd, leave the 3rd finger and the 4th finger on the B and the E 3rd. So that might be kind of a cool option too. Kind of A, F, E minor. It's kind of an option. from the E minor, we'd be going to a D minor chord. And normally you do this first finger on the high E first fret, second finger on the G second fret, third finger on the B third fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D minor chord. It sounds so sad. It's the saddest key according to Beethoven. Now, while you're on D minors, it can be kind of cool to lift the first finger, make that a D suspended second, or you could add in the pinky on the high E third for D suspended and kind of say some things around the D minor. And then from the D minor, we go to a G major chord. And normally you do this first finger on the A second, second finger on the low E third, third finger on the high E third. If you strum all those together, beautiful sounds of G major. Although you may dig on leaving the third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of working that way for that G major. And then from the G, we go back to our E minor chord. So through that intro, you got kind of that A minor, F, E minor, D minor, G, E minor is kind of where those bass notes are kind of implying. And you may want to just do downs on that. A minor, F, E minor, D minor, G major, E minor. Or there's a couple strumming options actually, and one would be just that, what I started out with actually, kind of that 8 down count on each chord. Now the weird part is, from the F and the E minor and the G and the E minor, you'd want to do kind of a 6 down count and then go to E minor for the last 2. So timing wise, that's the weird part. It's kind of F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before you'll hear the strings kind of move to that E note. So you have the A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E minor, D minor, G major, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E minor. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, down, up. So we took the A minor and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. And the weird part about applying to that, where we've got our chords halving, is on the F you may want to do the down, down, up, and then save that last down up for the E minor. So you have the A minor, down, up, down, up, F, down, up, E minor, D minor, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, E minor with a down, up. So that's kind of the weird part, is where you're halving. A minor, F, down, up, E minor, D minor, G, just starting out and you're like, oh man, those hits are crazy, man, I just can't do that. You may just want to take, a lot of times, if whatever chord happens on the big beat at first, normally it's more important than the other chord. So you could just kind of work the A minor to an F, forget about the E minor, and then go to the D minor, and then go to the G and just forget about that E minor. So if you're looking for a really easy way out, and you may just want to work that chord progression that way. A minor, F, D minor, G major would be a cool way to work that intro too. So you may want to kind of work that. Or another strum pattern that you may want to dig on, and I was kind of digging on, is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is, if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that beat into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is, if you take the A minor and do it down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you do it down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then on the third beat, you'd be doing up on 2, down on 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you go down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So all together, you have down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Now the weird part is where that F and E minor happen. If you want to get in those that hit, you may want to do the F with a down, 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 up, down, and then save the last down, up for the E minor. So that can be a little weird, but A minor, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, F, down, down, up, down, down, up, A minor, down, down, up, down, down, up, G, down, down, up, down, minor, down, up, down, up. You kind of dig on that. And then from the intro, then we go into our verse part. And our verse starts with kind of an A minor chord. And you'll hear a quick hit actually to a G, actually, kind of just like the halving idea we were just working. So you have A minor, 3, 4, 5, 6, G, A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, G, and then we go to F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E minor, F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're back to A minor. This cool hit to a G major chord, but you'll kind of hear where the bass note's kind of coming out on the A string second fret. It's something called G/B, or G major with a B note in the bass. So you may want to kind of try and bring that out. A minor, G/B. Or actually, sometimes I'll kind of cheat it a little bit. I don't guess it's really a cheat, but you could do second fret on the A string second fret, and then the pinky on the B string third fret. And you can kind of work just the A string to the B string. A, D, G, B is kind of another way to work the G/B. It's a cool little move to lead into a C chord. And the way you play C major, normally you do this first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the D second fret, third finger on the A third fret, and if you strum the A string to the high E string, the beautiful sounds of C major. Now, while you're on C's in general, though, you may want to lift off the first finger and make that a C major 7, or you could add in the pinky on the B string third for C major 9 and kind of say some things around C. Or another way to play C major 9, you'll be doing first finger on the D second, second finger on the A third, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. So kind of digging on those other voicings, you may want to kind of think about using that for the C. And then from the C, we go back to our G chord, and then we do kind of our whole 8 count on the D minor, and our whole 8 count on the last G. And so if we tried that through that whole verse, and just kind of working the down idea, we'd have the A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, G, A minor, G, F, E minor, F, A minor, G/B, C, G, D minor, G. Or if you're doing the down, down, up, down, up, you can have the A minor, down, up, G, A minor, down, up, G, F, down, up, E minor, F, A minor, down, up, G/B, C, down, up, G, D minor, down, up, G, down, up. Or if you're doing the 16th idea, we'd have the A minor, down, G, A minor, down, G, F, E minor, F, A minor, G/B, C, G, D minor, G. And then from that verse, then we're going into a pre-chorus part. And on our pre-chorus part, actually, we have a different kind of halving that kind of happens between our F and our E chord. And actually, it's almost like a 4+4 count if you're doing the down. It's kind of F, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4. Or if you're doing the down, down, up, down, up, you do kind of a down, down, up on each of those chords. Or if you're doing the 16th, you're going to do kind of a down, 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 up on each of those chords. And then we kind of have a whole A minor, and then an F, and then we have a C kind of halving with a G. In the pre-chorus, you'll hear this cool little lick where you can play the open A and do a hammer on the second fret on the A. So you want to kind of play the open and kind of put down the finger to kind of get the sound to carry the second fret. And then we have an open D and then an open G. O, 2, O, O. So you kind of hear that coming in the guitar part. And And then from there we'd be going into our main chorus, which is almost kind of like an intro variation. We kind of have our A minor, and then an E minor is kind of a halving idea. And then our whole idea on the F, whole idea on that D minor, and on the G. We do the down, down, up, A minor, down, up, D minor, F, D minor, G. Or if you're doing the 16th, D minor, E minor, F, D minor, G. We'll basically be repeating those parts through the song. Now the weird part is to play along with Ed, instead of starting on an A minor chord, though he's starting on a D minor chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 5th fret, then now your A minor is really a D minor, and your F is really a B flat major, and your E minor is really an A minor, and your D minor is really a G minor chord, and your G major is really a C major chord, and when we get to the C chord, it's really a F chord. So the weird thing is, we can still kind of kick it off with that intro. Like, you may want to follow just the bass line. Kind of 0, 2, 3, 1, open D, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, open E. Or you can kind of follow that piano lick, kind of that 1, 3, 3, 0, 2, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 3, 3, 1. Or you could put those together, kind of that open 1, 3, 3, 0, 1, 2, 1, open 0. You can kind of work just the chord idea. A minor, F, E minor, D minor, G, E minor. Or you can work the down idea, kind of A minor, F, E minor, D minor, G, E minor. Or you can do the down, down, up, down, up. A minor, something else that I like to add to a song like this too is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you can kind of throw in basses for the chord. So on the A minor, you have the A string for your bass. On the F bar, you have low E for the bass. On the F major 7, you have the D for the bass. On the E minor, you'd have low E for the bass. On the D minor, you'd have the D for the bass. On the G, you'd have low E for the bass. Unless you're doing the G/B, in which case you'd have the A for the bass. And on the C, you'd have the A for the bass. Try it with the bass, down, up, down, up. We have the A minor, F, E minor, D minor, G, E minor, A minor, F, E minor, D minor, G, E minor. Or if you're digging on the 16th, you could work it off a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down. Probably cool variations. So we tried it that way. You'd have A minor, F, E minor, D minor, G, E minor, A into our verse part. So we tried our verse with a bass, down, up, down, up. We have the A minor, down, up, G, A minor, G, F, E minor, F, A minor, G/B, C, G, D minor, G. Or if we tried that with our 16th with the basses, we have the A minor, our pre-chorus part. So we tried that with the bass, down, up, down, up. You do the F, down, up, E minor, down, up, A minor, F, C, G, F, E minor, A minor, F, G, bass, down, up, and then you might want to throw it in the lick to help lead into our chorus part. Or if you're digging on the bass 16th pattern, then we have the F, down, down, up, E minor, down, down, up, A minor, F, C, G, F, E minor, A minor, F, G, down, down, and throw in the lick. And then from there, then we'll be going into our chorus part. So we try our chorus with the bass down, up, down, up. We have the A minor, E minor, F, E minor, G, A minor, down, up, E minor, F, E minor, G. Or if you're digging on the bass 16th pattern, we have the A minor, E minor, F, D minor, G, A minor, E minor, F, D minor, G. And from that chorus, then we'll be going back into kind of a little piece of our intro, actually, at the very end. So you may want to bring back that lick from the intro, which can be very cool. If you kind of dig on that. Or another way to kind of play through the song, if you're kind of interested in doing more finger style kind of guitar work, is I was just kind of really digging on kind of working thumb as bass player and then kind of fingers for the guitar ideas. So randomly, you can kind of set your hand up where your thumb becomes your bass player for the E and the A and the D string. And if you wanted to, you could kind of take your index finger and line them up on the G string, middle finger on the B string, ring finger on the high E string. And kind of working all those together actually can be a really cool idea, kind of just to get used to that setup, actually. Kind of just thumb, index, middle ring, kind of set up on the A, G, B, and E all at the same time. And I'm kind of going as relaxed as possible, kind of using a lot of knuckle joint ideas there, trying to kind of working some kind of freestyle, classical kind of ideas. But you could even kind of use that idea through the intro, actually, kind of the A minor, F, E minor, D minor, G, and just have the thumb follow the bass notes that we were doing for the chords. And then from there, when we get to the verse, you could even kind of do that same idea. And if you dig on this, you may want to play around with kind of a thumb fingers idea. Kind of working out the rhythm that way, actually kind of just thinking just thumb fingers if you're kind of new to that. Now there's all kinds of ways you can kind of mix that up through that verse too. And actually thumb, what's that? Thumb, let's see, bass, guitar, bass, guitar, bass, guitar, bass, guitar, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers. So I'm kind of trying to feel the 16th idea, but working my fingers around the chords. Oh yeah. That idea. So I'm going thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers, and then making the change for the halving chords for another thumb fingers. So I got A minor, G, A minor, G, F, E minor, F, A minor, G slash B, C, on changing where the index middle ring, if you notice that. So instead of doing G, B, and E for your index middle ring, you got a lot of chords where you could set up on the D, G, and B. Actually, D minor is the only one that you would have to change kind of setups for. So if you dig the lower strings, and I was kind of following that, you could kind of change that setup too. And if we tried that idea through our pre-chorus, we'd have the F, E minor, A minor, F, C, G, F. Kind of mix that up with two, E minor, A minor. Oh, and that's cool with the having. Let's see, thumb fingers. Yeah, kind of doing two on the F, two on the E minor, and then going back to the A minor feel. F, C, G, F, E minor, A minor, F, G. So we tried that through the pre-chorus. We'd have the F, E minor, A minor, F, C, G, F, E minor, A minor, F, G. I'm throwing that lick at the end to lead into our chorus part. So we try that through the chorus. We have the A minor, E minor, F, D minor, G, A minor, E minor, F, D minor, G. Or randomly, you may want to kind of try and break up the chord different ways with the fingers too. If you're digging on the finger style idea, kind of A minor. Of different ways you could kind of do that, but that might be another cool thing to try too. And then actually from that last chorus, then we go into an outro that's kind of like a little intro variation, where you start off on the A minor, and then we do the E minor and then an F, but then we go back to E minor and then the D minor, and then the G, E minor, so you have A minor, E minor, F, I play the A minor at the very end, kind of make people clap. But that's the basics of how you can strum through and kind of fingerstyle through a Fire Love by Ed Sheeran. So good luck!